Hi everyone, it's Sunday, February 9th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. Business was quiet in most all regions of the world this week because of the continuing coronavirus crisis. While it's still a wait-and-see situation, parts of China's economy are expected to start up this week, and how that goes will be very telling. The success of the restart will depend on how many people actually return to work, and most of all, what happens to the contagion rates after the businesses reopen. In the U.S. market, once again, there was scant trading and volumes were low. With regard to regular weight heavy Texas steers, again this week there was only one sale reported, and it was $1 lower at $28 on 66-68 pounds. Again, little happened in the cow market, and prices were generally unchanged for now, but that's probably mostly due to a lack of business. U.S. slaughter for the week was 1% lower than last week at an estimated 630,000. Of course, it still outstripped sales, and while shipments were okay, they were also lower than slaughter. Combined sales were a paltry 243,100, and shipments were a more respectable 563,000. However, if China's health crisis drags out much further, we could see shipments take a hit as the situation in the ports continues to get more complicated. In our observations this week, we take a look at what it means to have our largest customer out of the market and what sources say will be some of the effects. From South America, editor Ronald Guiel reports from Brazil that the price of raw material took a big leap of 10 cents this week, and that means that fresh hides are 67 cents in reals per kilo, and in dollars it's up to 16 cents. Consequently, TR1 prices are very firm at 60 cents in US dollars per square foot, and heavier selections are higher. More changes are expected in the Brazilian market in the near term, Ronald says. In other news from Brazil, January footwear exports were down by 16.1% in volume and a little less than half that in value. Among the other items, there's a story about Brazil's continuing complaints about Argentina's trade restrictions that will indeed affect footwear. And speaking of Argentina, Nike has announced a new distributor partnership there and also in Brazil, Chile, and Uruguay. This has the country's footwear unions concerned about a number of issues. Elsewhere, we have reports on a footwear raw material crisis in Bolivia, Colombia's recent IFLS fair, and Panama's expo that drew a host of major footwear brands. Moving over to Europe, editor Andrea Guolo says the coronavirus issue is still causing concerns in Europe as well. However, Lineapel has announced that it will go on as normal. With regard to prices, the English 36 plus ox was firm at 83 to 85 pence per kilo, while in Ireland the price of 85 cents in euros was confirmed again this week. In the cow market, prospects are dimming in Europe, especially for the lower quality origins, and this is made worse with China being out of the market. High quality selections are still in good demand, especially those that are meant for furniture, so prices are stable. With regard to bulls, the automotive sector is still stable, so that's good news, and on top of that, availability is still tight, so there is the possibility for some price increases. In his analysis this week, Andrea takes a look at the effects the coronavirus issue is having in Europe, particularly for leather goods, and he previews what might happen at the upcoming spate of fairs in Italy. That's all we have for today, so until next week, good night from HideNet.